it's Kristin and welcome to Throwback Thursday. So every month, in case you are new to these, I go back to my favorites from 2 years ago, see if they're still my favorites, see if I'm still loving them and that sort of thing. This was an idea that Marnie, Ms. Gold Girl, came up with a while back, and I don't know if this is my fourth or fifth. I don't know. I've been doing it, I want to say, since February. So really enjoyed these. These have become some of my favorite videos to film just to kind of see what I'm doing. And I also try to use those products on my face or on my person if I can. So let's just go ahead and get started. So I just have a list before me here of the things that I was loving in May of 2012. The first thing that I talked about was the DKNY Be Delicious Fresh Blossom perfume. I did really like that. I used it completely up, and I didn't repurchase it only because I've been working through, as you guys know, a lot of my other perfumes, so did not repurchase that one. The next one is the Sally Hansen Extreme Wear. I have two polishes. Extreme Wear in Coral Reef, and so I put that on my nails last night, so it looks like that. Just a really, really pretty, creamy, peachy kind of color. More peachy than corally, I would say. But right in my alley. I definitely like peaches. Or I definitely like cream polishes, and a cream peach right at my alley. Then the next one just cracked me up because I've just talked about this polish a couple of times, and that is the Sally Hansen Complete Salon Manicure in Frutti Petutie. That was my first time kind of falling in love with this polish. I think I had just received it from Lipstick Vanessa. I've talked about this a bunch, so I won't go over it, but it's just like the perfect pinky watermelon-y cream color. I like that color a lot. So we'll just move on. Okay, the next one is the Revlon Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in Honey. This is when they were all the rage and everybody was just starting to talk about them. And I do like this one. I keep one I keep one here and I keep one at work. I don't use it anywhere near as much as I used to, but in case for some reason you guys haven't seen this one, it's just definitely My Lips but better, kind of easy throw on, very, very nice. I like these. Truth be told, my favorite now of the Chubby Sticks is that Neutrogena Moisture Smooth Color Sticks, but the Revlon ones are also very nice. Okay, the next thing that I had on there is the Chanel Double Perfection Natural Matte Powder in 20 Soft Beige, and this actually is in my products to use up. I noted on here that I used to love a matte finish. I can remember that I never wanted any sort of shine or gleam or anything, gleam, goodness, on my face. And this, helped me achieve that non-shine. I like a little bit more of a glow now than I used to. But, so this is what the powder looks like, and I'll just give you a little, and I do still like this. I just like a little more glow now. So if you can kind of see that. But this is in my products to use up. I'm trying to use it up over the summer, just, when my skin might have a little more glow to it that I don't normally want. The next one is a blush that I do really, really still like. I like it actually, and I can't remember now if it was before or after this that I figured it out, but it's NARS Blush in Luster. This is a gorgeous blush for the summer. Truly, truly. I like it layered over the NARS Cream Blush in Penny Lane, which they have discontinued. So that's two swatches of that so you can kind of see it. And then let me just sheer it out a little bit. It's just kind of some bronzy goodness. Bronzy, peachy goodness. I like that. I do still like that. I'm trying not to be redundant. I do still like that. I just wore it actually a couple of days ago. Great brush. And this, I have to say, this favorites was kind of a trip down memory lane for me. This was back when I didn't depart too much from my taupe eye look. I feel like I did a taupe eye look every single day. Back then, I mean, not that I don't do them a lot now, but so I had just kind of discovered and fallen in love with the Covergirl Intense Shadow Blast in 815 Brown Bling. They have since discontinued these. I do actually have a backup aside from this one. And I don't know, I've not found another product that's similar to this, but you could probably check Amazon or eBay and find these for very inexpensive, and so look at that. So that's just swiped on there, and then if you shear it out a little bit, And I have this as a base on my eyes today. It's just a really pretty kind of taupey base. You can use this just by itself if you like. I used it as a base then, and that's how I did it today as well. I do like this. It's just not available anymore, so that's a bummer. I don't know why they always discontinue the good stuff. So anyway, that was all kind of part of this eye look that I'm wearing today that I wore a lot. Any of you that were kind of around back in the day will absolutely remember this sort of kind of go-to look for me. So this was the Maybelline, spit it out, Maybelline Tastefully single, and it looks like that. I mean, it's just taupe. And I will put it right next to here. So that, there it is right there. It's a lovely drugstore taupe. It's really, really nice. I'm sure that it's landed in some of my Taupe-tastics. Then I'm going to put it over this Shadow Blast. You can see how it just changes it a little bit. Cools it, makes it a little more cool, where this is a little more warm. Delightful. I have a lot of taupes that look very similar. And then the next single that I was using back then, and I have to admit I haven't used this a lot lately, and I think I'm going to replace my MAC Brulee that I have used up. I might replace it with this and use this up. I was going to do it with the Wet, I was going to replace it with the Wet n Wild Brulee, but that I already deposited that, and it's kind of tricky to leave in there. Anyway, more information than you needed. This is the single in linen. To my knowledge, both of these are still available. It's just a super easy to work with brow bone color. Not even sure you'll be able to see it there, but it's like the perfect kind of brow bone color for me. So he's using that, and kind of to round out that trio, and I believe this is still available on Cherry Culture, and I'm not sure about a CVS because I don't have CVS's around here, but this is the Milani Baked Shadow. It's actually called the Metallic Baked Shadow in Rich Java. I talked about this so much. So here's, I'll just explain one of the reasons why I like this a lot. Even though it's kind of metallic-y like this, if you use it dry, it's a nice deep brown without being too pigmented. Sometimes you can get a deep brown that's just too pigmented and it's tricky to work with, and you can't do it in a quick hurry. That was the thing about this eye look, is it's something that I can whip out in like 5 minutes. No joke. It's very, very quick. So this, what I'm wearing today, I did that and just without even thinking. That's one of the things I like about it. So there it is. I just kind of ran my finger over it once. Let's just go right here. So you can see right there how it would add some depth, and this is with it being dry, would add some depth to your look without being, oh gosh, I just put too much on my eyes. You know what I mean? So you can use it without thinking about it. So now I'm just going to wet my finger with some Fix Plus and I'll swatch it again. Okay, so there it is swatched. I just sprayed my finger with a little bit of Fix Plus and then dabbed it in there. So it's a really versatile shadow. You actually could use it wet on your lid, and then you can soften it if you want to do like kind of a brown smoky eye, and then kind of soften it out with that. I just think this is a great shadow, and I will try to find the Cherry Culture link to put it below for you guys, because it still is one of my favorites. So it's kind of nice to go back into these and see things that I loved that I really do still love. The next one is Maybelline, or it's not Maybelline, MAC Stubborn Brown Eyeliner. I have gone through at least one, I actually think maybe two since then, but this is, I think this is my third one. It's a great brown liner. Absolutely stays put in the waterline. Doesn't, you know, it doesn't budge. Really, really like this. I've talked about this a bunch over the past couple of years, but this is a nice one. The I'll show you swatch-wise next to the Jordana Espresso Last. So there it is next to the Espresso Last. You can see the color's very similar. Stubborn Brown is a little bit deeper and a little bit more neutral, where I think Espresso Last leans a little more warm. But that's just kind of the one that I'm working with right now that I like it. I don't dislike it, but it's a great kind of, like I said, just a neutral brown color. If my eye look is a little more cool, I can use it. If it's a little more warm, I can use it, and I feel like it still works well. So that is the MAC Stubborn Brown. And the next thing I talked about, and I don't have one here to show you, is the CoverGirl Professional Super Thick Lash. So that tells you how long I have loved that mascara. It's a great drugstore mascara. Kristin, actually, from It's Kristin, was just telling me that she saw some on clearance, which has me a little bit concerned. But then I think I saw somebody else find the other one, the blue tube one, in new packaging. So maybe they're just repackaging it. I'm not sure. But I love that mascara. It's the best, for me, drugstore mascara I have ever used. High end, I still like Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Drugstore, CoverGirl Professional Super Thick Lash. Okay, the next thing on my list was the Quo Crease brush. My friend Linda from Canada had just sent me a little, we had done a swap and she sent that to me. I absolutely love that crease brush. I still do. Somebody else had sent me one, I think it might have been Lori, sent me one a little bit later, and then another gal just sent me 2 more of them because I use them every day, pretty much. Between this one and the Sephora, I tried to find another brush that was similar to this for you guys that don't live in Canada. And the Sephora crease brush is very similar, but so I don't need to show you both of them. What I like about it is that it comes to this tapered point. And again, this is the Quo crease brush. It's the silver handled. From what I understand from the gal that sent me a couple of these, they are discontinuing this sort of packaging. So maybe not the line, but this sort of packaging. I'm not sure. But if you live in Canada and can get your hands on this crease brush, it's just perfect for blending out with your transition color. Perfect. Absolutely. I'll talk about that more in the future. Okay, the last thing that I have to show you is the MAC palette. I had gotten an email way back when. I've talked about this, I think, a couple of times since then. And it was kind of how a makeup artist puts together their MAC palette. And I just liked the way it looked, and so I put together my own palette just kind of like that. And I will I will list all the colors below for you guys so you can see the colors. I don't have all of them anymore. I had done a clean out a little bit and gotten rid of some dupes, but this is kind of what it looks like, and I will tell you what's missing. Omega, which I actually thought I had. I must have gotten rid of Omega at some point. This would be Brun, and then this would be Espresso. I think I use Brown Down because it's very similar to Espresso, but so and some of these colors I have taken out of here. I'll just run them down for you. So this is Blanc Type, this is Bamboo, Shroom, Arena, and Satin Taupe. And then again, this would have been Omega, Grain, Soft Brown, Wedge, and Scene. And then Brun, did I say Omega? It was there, yeah. And then Brun, Bronze, Swiss Chocolate, this would be Espresso, which is a really warm mid-tone to deep brown, and then Carbon. And I've talked about this a lot. I have kept this palette relatively intact. As you guys know, I just put this kind of together for the video, but I have taken out Wedge, Soft Brown, Quarry, and Brulee, and I have that in a separate palette. And I had replaced kind of with a few other colors that I use regularly, like Woodwinked, Mulch, Sable. Those are kind of some colors that I have had in here. But so those were my favorites from May of 2012. I hope that you guys enjoyed that throwback. And as I said, anything I mentioned that I would list below, I will of course list below for you guys. On my face today, I have the Chanel Pro Lumiere, again, with Smashbox Halo Powder over it, again. For my blush today, I have the Camp Cosmetics Blush in Revolution. This is so pretty. Let's just have a moment, shall we? It just gives this crazy, like, iridescent-y sheen without being glitter or shimmer. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. More information, I promise. You actually can, I'll list the phone number below if you want. You can call them and order it. I just don't have any of the information on the prices and that sort of thing. They aren't new, by the way. More on that in the future. And then I already talked about the eye look that I have. And on my lips today, I have, this is kind of a lip liner that I go to when I don't know what, or if I don't have a lip liner that will work with the lipstick I'm using. And it's MAC Whirl. It's pretty much my lips. So it's just to kind of give me some definition on the outer corner. And then on my lips, I have the Bite lipstick in Palomino. All right, that's what I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.